Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And today we're going to dive into messages for the summertime from Spirit. And I'm going to be breaking it down for your love lives as well as anything in relationship to what to focus on during this time of just really energy just coming up and upheaval for a lot of us. And so if you've been feeling a little bit under the weather for the past 2 weeks, and you want to get some guidance for, we're right now at the end of June and moving forward into July and preparing for August, which we have, the Lionsgate portal coming up in August, and taking this time to really prepare for that. Then you definitely want to make sure that you continue watching this video. And so, but before we drop into the reading, because I'm actually going to be doing a reading, I'm going to pull some cards here. I just wanted to take a moment just to thank all of my supporters who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation Group. Also, those of you who are liking, sharing this video, subscribing, talking about this channel, all of you who are here, just really it means the world to me. It means so much because there's so much love and an effort and appreciation that I'm putting into this, and so receiving that back from you means so much to me. So thank you so much. And I kind of want to take a moment just to celebrate those who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation Group. And if you want to basically do more than subscribing and liking this video, and you want to take advantage of getting Akashic clearings every month for at the collective level, then you definitely want to make sure that you go into my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and so that you can sign up for my email list, and so that you can actually know when I have the doors open again for this group. So I will be opening it most likely around either the end of July or the beginning of August. And because right now I'm going through some transitions, so it's going to take a while before I open it, but you still want to make sure that you sign up for the email list, so that way you know when I go live. When I have it next. And of course, you want to make sure that you hit that bell button so you know when I go live next, and which I will be going live more often here on YouTube. And I just kind of wanted to mention, I will be transitioning my live streams from Instagram into YouTube, and instead of doing them every week on Mondays, they're going to be the second Monday and the last Monday of the month every month. So it's going to be twice a month I will be going live, and I'll be doing free readings and all that good stuff, and we'll be able to interact, and it'll be just a lot of fun. So I just kind of wanted to mention that that I'm transitioning into that, just to kind of create more space so that I can create more content, and also expand into where I want to navigate, where Spirit wants to help me navigate towards. So with that said, let's dive into the reading. So right now I'm just gonna ask Spirit to bring me the connection to the collective, to give me guidance for the collective, and what do we need to focus on for the month of July as we prepare for the Lionsgate portal coming up. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards here. So the first thing that came up was the card of fire, and this card is and the card of Leo, which is basically Spirit really letting us know, right, that just know that we have this really fiery energy coming through for us during the month of July as we prepare for the energy of the Lionsgate portal. And so this is a time for you to really lean into the fire, right? So you want to lean into the essence of fire. And how do you lean into it? By connecting to the things that you want to, they're really ready to come out and heal and release. You may have been feeling for the past 2 weeks, and if you haven't, you may feel it afterwards. But the past 2 weeks have been very, very heavy for a lot of us energetically. It may have been feeling like you've been going through mud, or like, threading through mud. And so right now, the message that we're getting is that we want to really take this time to really focus on what do we need to heal. So you may have been feeling that upheaval coming up for you. And so this is something that you want to really zero into. So you want to take the time to, to journal and to just ponder, even if you don't want to journal about it, but maybe you can ponder on, what is it that is making me feel this way, and why am I feeling this way, and connecting into that space of self-awareness, so that you can allow these parts of you to bring more light into those parts of you that need that nourishment, that support, that essence, right? So you want to make sure that you keep that in mind. And so one thing that I wanted to mention too, in regards to love life, I'm going to pull some cards here for love life. So let me just take a look for love life. Those of you who are maybe seeking love life, or maybe you're dealing with something that is less than ideal right now in regards to your love life, just know that the card of lessons came up for you. So just know that at this moment, because of the energies, the upheaval, all of the stuff that's coming up, that's kind of bringing it up, like for a lack of better term, I'm going to say, bring it up as if you're releasing pus, right, from something that is festering, that is not really helping you. It's not really helping your highest good. Right now, you are really being invited to see these lessons and to lean into them, to bring the knowledge and understanding that you've brought, the wisdom that you've brought so far into your life, and to apply this into these specific things that are showing up for you, especially when it comes down to your relationships. You may feel like things that haven't been spoken about in the past may come up right now, and then maybe not in a nice way, but they're really being brought up to the surface, so that you can address them and start healing them, and start applying that energy of healing. I'm also seeing here that you want to take a moment just to pause, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed at this moment, or you're feeling like you haven't stopped, and one of the things that we do a lot in this society is that we tend to go, and we don't really take the time to really take a sacred pause to reassess where we want to go, what we want to do, where we're going, what direction we're going, or if things are really working for us at that moment, right? So like, when it comes down to your relationship, you want to really take a moment to pause. Is the way the relationship is going really working for you? Maybe you need to take a moment just to reassess how to address certain things. Maybe you want to start working towards your schedule and making your schedule more open for your partner. Or maybe it means that you give yourself more space, right, from your partner, so that you can be in your essence, be in your energy, and nourish yourself, right? Or maybe this is a moment for you to take a pause, right, and give yourself the space from each other, and say, you know what, like let's reassess at this moment. So this could be a potential opportunity for you to heal. So instead of seeing this as something that is going to bring something negative or the end of the world, try to shift it from a place of just, right now we are learning some lessons together, and we're taking a little bit of a sacred pause right now to reassess where we want to go and how we're going to move forward, and how do we want to show up in the relationship, right? And so let me see what else, if there's any other cards that want to come up. Yes. Another thing that you want to do in your relationships is to really try to observe what's happening. Try to remove yourself from the situation. Try not to take things too personal, even though, I mean, it is personal, right? A lot of, we do feel like it's personal because these are our relationships, and then they're very close to us. So just, but try to remove yourself from that personal space, and see it from the perspective of someone outside looking in. And the reason why is because that's going to help you find kind of like more solutions and more of the silver linings of what's happening, and not get so stuck in the negativity of it all. Okay. Right now, I'm going to pull some cards to what do we need to do, or what do we need to focus on in regards to healing, just in general, not just our love lives. And I'm going to see here. So we want to heal the relationship with trust, right? Trusting that things are going to work in a way that is going to work for us, right? Like trust that everything is unfolding in the way that it's meant to. And I'm seeing the card, I'm seeing this beautiful butterfly, which is signifies transformation, and holding this yourself from a place of love and compassion as you go through the transformation as well. I feel like that's another message that Spirit wants to share here in regards to that. Also surrendering to the process and how things are going to unfold. Try to give away the feeling of needing to control every single aspect of your life and every single aspect of your relationships or of your or career. Just trying to give yourself the space to really unfold into receiving. And this is really interesting because I did mention, if you haven't watched the video that I posted a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember how long ago, but I posted a video about the divine feminine really wanting to step in and take care of us in the next couple of months, right? And so during this time, and what I mean by that is that the divine feminine is all about surrender. It's all about trusting. It's all about receiving. It's all about letting go of control and allowing ourselves to flow into a space of just allowing, right? Like just the best essence that I can describe to this is the waves of the ocean. So the waves of the ocean going back and forth, they're not really resisting, right? They're just kind of going back and forth and moving and in that movement, there's some shifting happening within the water, right? There's some things that are happening as the water goes in and out. So just know that as you connect to that essence of water, to that example, right? Just know that this is actually working for you, not against you. So the moment that you let go of that control, that's when you're going to be able to really give yourself the space to and receive, right? And so let's see what else Spirit wants to say in regards to this. Archangels want to speak to us too as well. So I'm going to pull some cards from the archangels. There's also, you want to work on your relationship with yourself. So self-acceptance and acceptance of those around you as well, or the things that are happening. But first, it starts with self. So, where in your journey of self-acceptance you still could potentially drop deeper into that acceptance. Where in your journey can you still drop a little deeper into accepting what's happening around you, right? And so, really giving yourself permission to say, you know what, I could work a little bit more on trying to control the outcome on this, or maybe I could try to, give a little bit more space to my partner to, give them more space in the kitchen, for example. That would be for me, where I don't have to hover over them. That's an example. But where in your life this acceptance is something, is something that is wanting to be invited more into, right? Like that, where maybe there's a little bit of conflict or tension, where you could potentially kind of weave in that energy of acceptance and soften the energy in those moments of tension and conflict. Also, just know that there's so many signs, right? So you may feel right now that Spirit is trying to talk to you and you don't know what exactly Spirit is trying to say. Maybe you're feeling like you're getting more and more connected. Maybe your claries are starting to light up a little bit because there's been a lot of downloads. This is the reason why the past 2 weeks have been really intense, is because and today, what day is today? So I just want to give you an example. Today is June 28th, right? So it's Wednesday. And we've had a lot of energies for the past 2 weeks. So the week of so the last week, I'm gonna look at the calendar real quick here. So the week of the 12th and the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. These weeks have been really, really intense for us, and there's been a lot of shift in the energetic makeup of the earth, which has been recorded in the Schumann resonance, and there's a lot of confusion, and there's been, some of you have been reporting, I even received this, but I received some emails from a lot of you saying that you were or from some of you, that you were dealing with headaches, or you were dealing with maybe some pressure in your head. And so there's been a lot of activations that have been really unfolding for a lot of us during this time. And so you may be feeling that spirit is trying to speak to you more and more. You're receiving more and more guidance, more and more connection to your intuition, because that's where we're headed. We're headed towards a more intuitive planet. We're headed towards a planet that is connected to the heart and connected to and what I mean by the planet is already connected, but I mean as humanity as a fabric that lives over this planet, right? We are headed towards connecting more and more to our intuition, and the way that we do this through our hearts. So it's important that you start receiving these signs, these little nudges from spirit as a way of opening, right? And so receive these, and even if you don't get everything at once, or you don't understand everything, just allow yourself to receive. And the more you allow yourself to receive and not necessarily understand all at once, or try to put like all of this logical understanding to it, just allow yourself to receive, the more and more you will start understanding, the more will be revealed to you, the more of your gifts will flourish in that process. So this is a really great time for you to really if you haven't joined a mediumship circle, or some sort of circle that helps you in your journey of developing your intuitive gifts, and that this is definitely a time for you to do so. And so the archangels want to speak to us, so I'm going to pull some cards from the archangel deck and see what the archangels want to say. So the lion is coming up a lot, which is, it doesn't surprise me, because we are being reminded of Lion's Gate. Okay, so you want to make sure that you take this time to really work on whatever it is that is showing up for you right now. You don't have to have everything figured out. Okay, but whatever it is that's showing up for you right now, that's what you want to focus on before Lion's Gate, because there's going to be even deeper downloads that are going to happen. So Archangel Lavender came up here, and she is basically inviting us to see that there is a lot of soul healing, and we're being invited to really forgive and release any heaviness in our hearts, because there is some additional soul healing that wants to come through for us. So in order for us to allow that healing to come through, we also want to allow ourselves to release, right? And to forgive and to open up. And so that's how the healing actually gets let's say downloaded or integrated into our space. So it's important that you connect to that. And then the other card that came up is a card of Archangel Philae. Okay, and this archangel again first of all, I feel like a very there's the soul, the el sol, which is the sun. El sol in Spanish, the sun. And el sol here, right, is basically showing up here very strongly. So this to me feels that the divine masculine is coming in. And it's funny, because I was asking, okay, I knew that the divine feminine, because I'm going to pull some cards from the divine feminine, and I was like, well, does the divine masculine have a message for us? And I'm seeing here the divine masculine is coming through the card of this archangel. And so now we are being invited to to soften our hearts to nature, right? To soften our hearts to those around to those beings around us, right? And then I also feel like the this is important for from the divine masculine perspective, because this allows us to also invite more of that divine feminine into the space. So the more we soften our hearts to the animals around us, or the more we connect to nature, then because nature is basically the structure, and that is the divine masculine as well. It's like the structure of what we see around us and how things work. That is definitely the divine masculine working alongside with the divine feminine, with all of the energies that are flowing through nature. So by looking at nature, we are connecting to both at the same time. So connecting to the image, right? Or just the presence of a tree or the presence of an animal. We're seeing their structure, we're seeing how they're made, we're seeing all the details of these beings or plants. And at that moment we're connecting to that, to that form factor, which is going to be the masculine. And then we allow ourselves to observe and let them speak to us through their behaviors, through the way they interact with each other, or the way they're just existing and embodying themselves, and allowing the messages of the divine feminine to come through at those moments, so that we might have those aha moments that come in through those moments of connecting to nature. And that's what I feel the message is coming here from this archangel. And then also that reminder, right, that right now we are invited to connect deeper into that inner fire of ours, right? And so how do we want to express ourselves fully, connect to our ego from a healthy place, from a positive place, right? And so how do we want to express that in our lives at this moment? What can we shift? And maybe going out to nature, right, and seeing the embodiment of nature as a whole can help us really and guide us in this in what really is that we're meant to shift, or we're meant to express for ourselves. The last card was the card of the guardian angel, and so our guardian angels are here, really present. They're supporting us. And sometimes we might feel in this journey that that because we can't see these beings, that we're alone, or we're walking through this path alone, especially when it gets really really dense, right? Like when this happens. And so calling upon your guardian angels to support you and protect you is imperative. So they're coming forth to not only let you know that they're there, but to also call upon them, whenever you feel you need. And then so ask for help if you feel the need to receive from them. And so I'm gonna pull some cards here for the divine feminine as well. And so because they wanted to speak as well, these cards wanted to speak as well, and I want to honor these cards. So I'm pulling from different decks because different decks have different things to say, different ways to speak. So I'm pulling lastly from the Medicine Woman Oracle, and I'm going to see what messages do we have for the collective here. This card came up actually for my cosmic light activation group. And so the card of mystery came up. Okay. And again, we have the feline there. Lionsgate is coming. remember. And so we also have these deep activations that are happening, that are from other lifetimes. And so there's going to be a lot that you may not understand, or even have dreams that you may not understand. And so just allow yourself to just receive what is coming through, and try not to make sense of everything. Sometimes some things are meant to stay in that mysterious space, because maybe we're not able to process the logically what's happening. And that's how sometimes deep change can happen, is through that unknown. So just embrace that unknown of certain things not being just being comfortable with not understanding everything that's coming through for you. Okay, just that's basically what I'm seeing here. And so let me see what other and I'm gonna pull from this other part of the deck, other messages that we have for the collective here in regards to summertime. So the fire energy is coming through a lot for all of us, so that, which is really great. And so the creative fire is coming through, and but I'm feeling really connected to the fire here. And so when I see this, I see a lot of, like, basically the first three chakras receiving a lot of healing in the first three chakras of our being. So one thing that you may want to consider is, really, if you're receiving any healing, or you're working on yourself, maybe you do Reiki, or maybe you do self-healing to work on the first three chakras the most. So starting with the root chakra, then the sacral, and then the solar. And the reason why is because these three are very fiery. There's a lot of fire that they need to that they need to be able to move the energy. And so that's what I'm feeling here. It's like really connecting, and this is actually going to help connect deeper into your roots. It'll help heal a lot of the abundance or belief systems that are related to your abundance and being able to receive abundance in your life, and feeling more protected and more connected to your divine essence of being abundant, right? So like those three chakras are important to connect to at this moment. Okay, so that's the message I'm getting here from this card. And so I'm gonna pull from these. So this is a different deck because it really has different aspects, right, that we want to. At this moment, you also, this kind of goes hand in hand with a creative fire card, because we were talking about the three chakras that need to be addressed at this moment. And so this authenticity card came up. And to me, when we feel grounded in our truth, and we feel grounded to where we come from, which our ancestral lineage is connected to the root. And then we also connect to the authentic expression, right, which comes from the sacral. And then we connect to the solar, which is that the ego, right, like the expression of the sun, expression of us, right, like how we shine out ourselves, right. And so when we do that, then we are able to enter into that place of authenticity. But in order for us to get into that space of authenticity again, that message is to, again, going back to those three building blocks is important, because that's what's going to really help you in the expression of who you're meant to be here on this planet. There is, of course, a lot of the spiritual, which y'all know that I'm all about that. But we also have to be aware that the tangible parts of us, such as our body and even our thoughts. To me, thoughts can be quite tangible because we are feeling our thoughts. They're kind of running through our emotional body, right? Like that feels very tangible to me, in my experience, right? That it may not be tangible for others, but it is tangible for us in our experience. When we're connecting to these three chakras, then we're able to really connect to who we really are meant to be, right? We are able to really listen to our hearts more, and to really say, oh, you know what, this is what's calling me, and this is what I am meant to be embodying at this moment, and connect and start moving towards that authenticity, um, a little easier, a little firmer, staying there a little firmer, a little more daring, right? Because sometimes I know for me, particularly, and I know there's people out there who deal with this, the people pleasing and trying to bend ourselves for other people, and trying to try to make sure that we are doing things in a way that pleases others, so we don't rock the boat, type of thing, that really creates a lot of issues in regards to our authenticity. And but the only way that we can really ground ourselves in our authentic self is knowing where we come from, knowing our power, connecting to our power, and connecting to how we want to express that power, right? And so those three are important at this moment. So I know I repeated it again and again and again, but that's what Spirit wants to say at this moment. So really focusing on that is important for you, okay? And that's going to be incredible for Leo season after Cancer season, because Leo is all about the how do you express yourself, the ego, right? And so connecting to that. So the card of autumn came through, and so this is a time again. This card is not indicating anything about necessarily. We are definitely in the summer, but autumn is basically letting us know that at this moment, if we really want to express fully in our summer and be fully in our summer, if we're still holding on to anything that doesn't serve us, then it's time to let go, which is it goes back, which is a perfect way to close this reading. It goes back to the Chiron card that came up, right? To release and heal. What do we need to release and heal at this moment? So those are the messages that I got. These are the messages that came from the divine feminine. Just remember that the divine feminine is definitely very, very present, always present. But right now, at this very moment, at this very time of our awareness, here in this beautiful floating piece of rock in space, we are being invited to start doing some work. So there we go. And if you need any help, I'm always here, so you could always come forth and reach out to me and book a session. I'm always available. So I'd love to support you. And one last thing I wanted to say, I will be at Spirit Fest on July 15th and 16th. So if you're in Florida, I'll be in Lakeland, Spirit Fest Lakeland. So if you're in Tampa, Lakeland area, or even St. Pete, if you want to take a little bit of a day trip to Lakeland and come hang out with me, I would love to have y'all there. I'm going to be offering some mini readings as well as some mini clearings for people, no more than 35 minutes, because I want to make sure that I'm there for people. And I'm also going to be doing a speech on just basically how to heal our cords and how to move away from wanting to cut cords with others when that's not the reality. In spirit we're all connected and we're never able to cut cords. What we do is heal. So how do we move from cutting cords into healing? And so that's going to be on Sunday the 16th at 2 p.m. So if you want to be there and listen to that, I'll be so excited to have y'all there. So anyway, so that's all I have for now. I am complete. I thank you all for listening to me rambling and for dealing with me not like wanting to cut anything from my videos. I'm so grateful to you. I hope that you enjoy your weekend, and I cannot wait to connect with you here next week. So I love you and namaste.